Hey there, happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to Quick Bite History Live, where we do our best to have a little fun with history. We're glad to be back live on Sundays, as well as our regular Wednesday night shows. Tonight, we are pleased to present 4 different shows in one. We will roll out our robots for 4 exciting rounds of digital speed painting. First, we will be presenting 10 most influential TV characters of all time. Next, we will have 10 of the most influential figures in jazz history. And then we'll have 10 pillars of the Renaissance. And finally, 10 iconic figures from the American Revolution. These are each 10 subject 12 to 15-minute rounds. And then stick around, we'll have a special bonus round for the really hardcore aficionados who want to stick around for one more round. So settle in for some serious fun with history. Now, do please check in the chat, say hello. Can you guys hear me okay? Everybody, hi, how's it going? Anna, Arena, you guys can hear me okay, right? Thumbs up. Okay. Okay, let's fire up the robots. Let's get going with the first round, huh? Here we go. Now, this first category, remember, is influential TV characters. The most influential TV characters of all time. Here's our first one. He was a character in a groundbreaking 1970s sitcom. He often clashed with his more liberal son-in-law, Mike. He worked as a dock foreman in Queens, New York. Hey, how's it going? What else is here? Anybody remember this character? I don't know if the robots hit this one right on the button, so you just have to go by the clues. He was known for his bigotry and blunt opinions. He was the main character in the television show All in the Family. Who knows who the character was? Anybody remember his name? It was played by an actor named Carol O'Connor. Carol O'Connor. The male Carol. A man Carol. Anybody remember the character's name? This is Archie Bunker. He became an iconic symbol of American television, challenging social norms. All right, I bet you know number 2. She was always trying to get into show business. She had a penchant for getting into hilarious predicaments. Who knows this one? She was married to a Cuban band leader. Anybody remember this? Her best friend and the landlady was Ethel Mertz. Anybody remember? The character's name is really what I'm looking for. Anybody know? She was the star of the television show I Love Lucy. But do you remember her character's name? All right, I'll give it away. Lucy Ricardo. Lucy Ricardo's comedic antics made I Love Lucy a timeless classic. Lucy Ricardo. Well, these might be a little bit of a throwback for a lot of them, but I bet you know this one. He was a high school chemistry teacher turned meth maker. Bet you know this one. He partnered with a former student to build a drug empire. You know this one? What's the character name? Of course, we can do the actors' names as well. He adopted the alias Heisenberg. Heisenberg. This is Heisenberg. He was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer on the show. You guys remember? Remember the show? You remember the character? You remember the actor? Anything? He was the protagonist of Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad. You remember the character's name now? Mr. White. Mr. White, right? Mr. White. Walter White. Walter White's transformation from teacher to drug kingpin captivated the audience. Walter White. Breaking Bad. All right, next up. Well, so this is going back a little bit more, but you might remember it. He struggled with anxiety and sought therapy. He balanced family life with his role as a mob boss. He was the head of the DeMayo crime family. DeMayo crime family. New York. Long-running television show. It was on like HBO or something like that. He lived in New Jersey. He was the main character in the TV show called The Sopranos. The Sopranos. So what was his name in the show? Anybody know this one? I'm not sure the robots did real good with this. Might be one of their weakest paintings I've seen in a while. Alfonso. Good guess. No, not Alfonso. He looks like an Alfonso. This is Tony Soprano. Tony Soprano, the star of The Sopranos. Complex character. He was a complex character. Now, I bet you get this one. He works at a nuclear power plant. And he loves donuts and beer. Do you know who this one is? Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Good to see you. Who's this? He is often oblivious to his own mistakes. His wife is Marge, and they have 3 children, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie. You guys remember who this is? Come on. There you go. We have the answer on the board. What's his character's name? Come on. This is Homer Simpson. Homer Simpson has become one of the most recognizable and enduring characters in TV history. That's right, Homer Simpson. There he is. I think the robots did okay with that one. All right, I bet you know the next one too. He was the captain of the starship USS Enterprise. That's a pretty good clue. Pretty easy clue. He was known for his bravery and leadership skills, and he always got the girl. He was known for his bravery. His first officer was Mr. Spock. He explored new worlds and sought out new life forms and new civilizations. Who knows this one? Which character is this? You can give me the actor's name too, but we're looking for the character. He was the main character in the show Star Trek. It is Star Trek, that's the show. Who's the character? Who's the actor? Who knows? This is Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk, of course. Captain Kirk's adventures in Star Trek inspired generations of science fiction fans. William Shatner. William Shatner as Captain Kirk. Very good. All right, now the robots don't do the greatest job with this painting, so you're going to have to go by the clues. She was a high school student chosen to battle vampires and demons. She had a watcher named Giles. She fought to protect the Hellmouth. Oh, I'm not sure I watched this show enough. Who knows this one? She had a group of loyal friends known as the Scooby Gang. Who is this? She's a vampire killer. Who knows? She was the main character in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So what's her name? I bet you don't get her last name. I don't think I do her last name. I don't think I did. Yeah, I didn't know. But what's the character's name? This is Buffy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy Summers. That's her last name. Her strength and resilience made her a feminist icon in television. Okay, you should be able to get the next one. He was an advertising executive in the 1960s. He often hid his troubled past. Who is this? Who knows? Who's this TV character? He worked as the fictional Sterling Cooper agency, advertising agency. He was known for his creativity and his charm. Does anybody remember? What? This is a TV character. This is not Stalin. This is not the Bolsheviks. Name the Bolsheviks. We will do Name the Bolsheviks in the future. We will do that. He's the main character in Mad Men. Mad Men. Do you remember the show? What's his name, though? What's the character's name? Who knows? Dawn Draper. Dawn Draper. Remember? Dawn Draper. Complex character, to be certain. All right. Kind of the same era now. She was a columnist in New York City. She wrote about her relationships and those of her friends. The Ultimate Chick Show. Ultimate. She was known for her fashion sense, especially her love of shoes. I'm not sure the robots are nailing this one on the painting, but you should be able to get it from the clues. Her closest friends were Miranda, Charlotte, and Samantha. Yeah, exactly. Susan knows. Except I believe it was spelled with a C. This is Carrie Bradshaw from Sex in the City. Who knows the actress's name? Who knows the actress's name? Anybody got it? Sarah Jessica Parker, of course. Carrie Bradshaw. She was known for her candid exploration of modern relationships that resonated with the audience. There she is. I don't think the robots hit that one. I'm not sure. Okay, last one in the category. Your last chance to get influential characters, and I bet you know it. He is a theoretical physicist with an IQ of 187. Smart man. He has a strict routine and numerous idiosyncrasies. He often struggles with social interactions and sarcasm. Who knows? Who knows this character? He has a deep love for comic books and science fiction. He is one of the main characters in The Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory. Who knows the character? Is this still on? This is on in reruns, right? This isn't still going first run? I don't think so. There you go. Susan's got it. Glad you're here, Susan. These folks were having trouble with these characters. That's right. His name is Sheldon Cooper in the show. His quirky personality and intelligence made him a standout character in television comedy. All right. So you didn't do too bad. I would say you didn't do too bad. Now, if you didn't do good on those, though, these next ones are going to be a little bit hard unless you know a little bit of history. The older folks are going to know this one a little better, probably. This is influential figures in jazz history. Jazz history. So if you can think of jazz musicians. You guys know any jazz musicians? This is the most famous jazz musician. He was nicknamed Satchmo and Pops. He was a key figure in the Harlem Renaissance and made history by performing in New York's Cotton Club. I got a little allergy today. Who knows this one? He is known for his distinctive gravelly voice and his trumpet playing. He is famous for songs like What a Wonderful World. Wonderful World. I can't do it. La Vie en Rose. La Vie en Rose. His influential jazz career began in New Orleans and helped popularize jazz around the world. There you go. Susan knows it. She knows her jazz. Yes, Louis Armstrong. Louis Armstrong was a pioneering jazz trumpeter and singer whose charisma and innovation left a lasting impact on jazz music. Right, Louis. Okay, next up in the jazz musicians, you could look up, like if you Google right now the 10 top jazz musicians, you have your little list that then you could pick from. That's my recommendation on your phone. Google it. He was born Edward Kennedy Ellington. Edward Kennedy Ellington. So his last name was Ellington. He was a band leader at the Cotton Club in Harlem. He was known for his elegant compositions and sophisticated orchestration. He is famous for classics like Take the A Train and Mood Indigo. His orchestra was one of the most famous big bands in jazz history. Yeah, there you go, Susan. Google 10 top jazz musicians, and you're going to have your little list ready to go. Come get these. Right, this is Duke Ellington. He was a legendary jazz composer and band leader known for his sophisticated and lasting contributions to jazz. Duke Ellington. There he is. I think the robots hit that one right on the button. Yeah, there he is. All right, next up. These don't get easier. So this category is the hardest category of the evening. So hang in there. It gets easier later. This guy was nicknamed Bird or Yardbird. He was a leading figure in the development of bebop. Bebop. Didn't know that was a thing. He was known for his virtuoso alto saxophone. He collaborated with Dizzy Gillespie to revolutionize jazz. He was famous for tunes like Ornithology and Confirmation. Ornithology. So there's the reference to the birds, right? Who knows this one? Because I didn't. I didn't know this one. I have to admit, I did not know this one. Nicknamed the Bird or Yardbird, collaborated with Dizzy Gillespie to revolutionize jazz. This is Charlie Parker. Charlie Parker was a saxophonist whose innovative style and virtuoso were key to the creation of the bebop movement in jazz. There's that bebop thing. I have to look that one up. Now, you probably know this next name. This is a big name in jazz. He studied at the Juilliard School in New York City. This musician is known for pioneering several jazz subgenres, including cool jazz and jazz fusion. I guess that cool jazz is kind of the one I like, right? Or I guess it's more called smooth jazz now, but cool jazz. I think that's the same thing, isn't it? Isn't that the same thing? Smooth jazz, cool jazz. His album, Kinda Blue, is considered a landmark in jazz history. He collaborated with musicians like John Coltrane and Herbie Hancock. This musician is famous for his trumpet playing and his role in the evolution of jazz. Big name. I actually had an album from this guy back in the day when you had to kind of have a couple jazz albums to be cool back in college days. So this is one of the ones I picked to be cool. Are you guys cool too, or no? This is Miles Davis. Miles Davis was an influential trumpeter and band leader known for his continuous innovation in jazz throughout his career. Miles Davis. Next up, this musician played the saxophone and began his career with Dizzy Gillespie and Miles Davis. So I gave it away a little bit ago if you were listening. He is known for his complex improvisational style. His album, A Love Supreme, is a spiritual jazz masterpiece. Spiritual jazz. There's a whole new genre. How about that? Subgenre. He experimented with avant-garde jazz and free jazz. There's two more subgenres. Avant-garde and free jazz later in his career. He was revered for his technical mastery and deep emotional expression in jazz music. You folks are learning lots of jazz history tonight on Quick Bite History. There you go. I think Susan did the Google thing. What do you think? You got it. John Coltrane was a revolutionary saxophonist whose innovations in jazz improvisation made him one of the genre's most revered figures. Okay, now you're going to know this name. This is a well-known name in jazz. She was nicknamed Lady Day. Lady Day. Think about that. Put that in the memory bank. She is known for her emotive voice and poignant delivery. She is famous for songs like Strange Fruit and God Bless the Child. Who knows this one? Famous jazz. She worked with jazz greats like Lester Young and Count Basie. Her life and music continue to inspire and influence vocalists worldwide. Who is this? Well-known name in jazz. Anybody know? Kind of looks like Rihanna, right? You got it, Susan. Very good. Billie Holiday was a jazz singer whose emotional depth and vocal delivery made her one of the most iconic vocalists in jazz history. Now we've only got 4 more, so you guys are gonna make it through the category, and you'll survive just fine. Next up, this guy's got a cool name. That's my first clue. He had a unique improvisational style characterized by dissonant harmonies, and angular melodies. Now, there's a couple words. He is known for his eccentric personality and distinctive hat collection. Ah, he's known for his hat collection. Me too. He is one of the founding figures of bebop alongside Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie. His compositions include jazz standards like Round Midnight and Blue Monk. There's a clue. Blue Monk. Who knows? His piano playing was both innovative and influential, leaving a profound impact on jazz. Who knows who this guy is? Known for his hat collection. This is Thelonious Monk. Thelonious Monk was a jazz pianist and composer whose unique improvisational style made him one of the most influential figures in jazz. Improvisational style. All right, next up, you know this name. She is known as the First Lady of Song. She is famous for her scat singing and her vocal range. She collaborated with jazz legends like Louis Armstrong and Duke Ellington. And she won 13 Grammy Awards over her illustrious career. 13. Surely you can get this one. It's not Billie Holiday, though. We already did Billie Holiday. This is somebody different. She is famous for her interpretations of the Great American Songbook. I didn't know that. Who knows? There you go, Susan. Susan knows those jazz musicians. She knows all the musicians. That's right. Ella Fitzgerald was a legendary jazz singer celebrated for her vocal range, scat singing, and contributions to the jazz and popular music repertoire. 2 more. We'll get 2 more in the jazz category. Now, this is a name I brought up in conjunction with a lot of the other ones. He was a trumpeter known for his bent trumpet and puffed cheeks. Yeah, puffy cheeks. I guess that's good for a trumpet player. A key figure in the development of bebop alongside Charlie Parker. He was known for his role in incorporating Afro-Cuban elements into jazz. Now that's interesting. He is famous for compositions like A Night in Tunisia and Salt Peanuts. That's a good guess, Jen, but incorrect. It is not B.B. King. It's the guy with the puffy cheeks. His energetic style and musical innovations continue to influence jazz musicians today. Who is this? There you go, Susan. Susan's got it again. Dizzy Gillespie was a trumpeter and band leader whose role in developing bebop and Afro-Cuban jazz left a lasting legacy on the genre. Okay, last one in the jazz category. Now, if you think about it, who have I not mentioned yet? This well-known jazz musician. He was a member of Miles Davis' second great quintet. He is known for his fusion of jazz with funk, rock, and electronic music. That should be a giveaway. I also had an album of this gentleman in college as well. So it was I had Miles Davis and this guy. His album Headhunters is a landmark in jazz fusion. Who knows? He composed the soundtrack for the film Around Midnight. His innovative work in various musical genres has earned him numerous accolades. So this guy definitely was a crossover artist from jazz to funk and electronic music. Who knows who this is? He's the last in our jazz category. Anybody know? Nobody knows? This is Herbie Hancock. Herbie Hancock is a pianist and composer whose innovative approach to jazz fusion and electronic music has made him a leading figure in modern jazz. All right. Well, mercifully, that's the end of that round. So we're at the halfway point, and the next category is going to be Pillars of the Renaissance. So that'll give you a second to maybe grab your Google and get your figure Pillars of the Renaissance, and we got 10 of them. So you could even put that in there. 10 Pillars of the Renaissance. All right, let's oil up the robots and get another round going. Pillars of the Renaissance. You guys ready for this? We start a little bit easy. So here we go. This first one was an Italian polymath who excelled in many fields, including art, science, and engineering. His notebooks contain drawings and ideas for inventions far ahead of their time. He was left-handed, and often wrote his notes in mirror script. Now that's weird. One of the most famous paintings is located in the convent of Santa Maria delle Grazie in Milan. Santa Maria delle Grazie in Milan. Who knows who this is? You can tell by the picture. The robots are doing great. He painted the iconic Mona Lisa, known for her enigmatic smile. He is known for that. Who knows who this is? Everybody got it? Everybody's got it. Come on. The first pillar of the Renaissance. Yes, this is Leonardo da Vinci. He was a true Renaissance man, contributing vastly to both art and science. So now you know how it's played. We paint, you guess. The robots paint, you guess. I give a couple clues. Hopefully that helps. This pillar was known for his fierce temper and demanding personality. He considered himself primarily a sculptor, though he is famous for his paintings as well. Excuse me. His early work includes the sculpture of Pieta, housed in St. Peter's Basilica. He spent 4 years painting the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Who knows who painted the Sistine Chapel? Anybody know? He sculpted the monumental statue of David, a masterpiece of Renaissance art. So he did the Sistine Chapel, and he did the sculpture of David. Who is this? Anybody know? Picasso? No. Picasso is Spanish and much later. This is Michelangelo. Michelangelo was a master sculptor and painter whose works are cornerstones of Western art. Learn something every day on Quick Bite History Live. That's why you watch. We learn something. Okay, this is going to be the third pillar. He was one of the great masters of the High Renaissance. His father was a court painter, giving him early exposure to art. He worked extensively in the Vatican, where he painted many of his famous frescoes. Famous for frescoes. Who knows? His work includes the School of Athens, depicting many classical philosophers. This is the guy who did that painting. Famous for like the early use of perspective. He is renowned for his beautiful Madonnas and portraits. He's the third pillar. Who knows? Anybody got it? I think the robots, we're starting to get to the point where the robots know what they look like, and they're doing a good job on the painting. This is Raphael. Raphael, his art exemplifies the harmony and clarity of the Renaissance style. Harmony and clarity. Okay, I get it. All right, you know this next guy. He made significant improvements to the telescope, allowing for better observations of the heavens. He studied motion and laid the groundwork for classical mechanics. He was tried by the Inquisition for his support of heliocentrism. He wrote dialogue concerning the two chief world systems. That's quite a title. He was advocating for the Copernican model. You know what the Copernican model is? That's the heliocentric thing. He is known as the father of observational astronomy. There you go. Susan's got it. Excuse me, my allergies are getting me. Give me 1 second here. That's right. This is Galileo Galilei. His work revolutionized our understanding of the universe and physics. Galileo. That's him. It's like him, right? It's just like him. All right. So this next one's related to Galileo. He was a Renaissance era polymath, another one of those polymaths, who studied mathematics and astronomy. He developed a model of the universe that placed the sun rather than the earth at the center. So if you were paying attention, you would know that this is his book on the revolutions of celestial spheres. The revolutions of celestial spheres were published in 1543. He's an old guy. His heliocentric theory challenged the geocentric model upheld by the church. Ooh. He laid the foundations for modern astronomy with his heliocentric theory. So this is the guy that Galileo kind of was trying to prove correct, Susan. Susan has it. This indeed is Nicolaus Copernicus. Copernicus. Heliocentric model. Learn something every day on Quick Bite History Live. Let's remember that one. Copernicus. Pillar of the Renaissance. All right, you're going to know the next one. You know the next one. Now, this was more the late Renaissance, but it was still Renaissance. And he was born in Stratford upon Avon. I believe that's in England. In 1564. He wrote 154 sonnets and numerous narrative poems. His plays are performed more often than those of any other playwright. His works include, who knows? What works are included in his repertoire? He is widely regarded as the greatest writer in English language. Who is this? And name some works. There you go, Susan. This is Gavin. Hamlet, Othello, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet. Shakespeare's influence on literature and drama is unparalleled. William Shakespeare. That's right. A pillar, definitely a pillar of the Renaissance. Late Renaissance. Very good. All right, we're on to number 7, and I will tell you that you're not going to get this one. I didn't even know this guy's name, but okay, we'll give everybody a chance with the clues. He was a key figure in the Northern Renaissance. The Northern Renaissance must have been like Germany or somewhere like that. His travels to Italy greatly influenced his work. Maybe Austria, maybe Germany, maybe Belgium, something like that. He is known for his detailed engravings and woodcuts. So I think that's maybe where I had heard of him before. Known for his woodcuts. His work included the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Can you imagine that carved out of wood? He created the famous engraving Melancholia 1. Now, how about that name? Melancholia 1. Never heard of it. Sorry, I never heard of it. Anybody got a guess? Anybody got a Google answer for the woodcuts from the Northern Renaissance? This is Albrecht Dürer. Albrecht Dürer reflects a blend of Northern European and Italian Renaissance style. That's right. You know, this one's a little lesser known too, but I did know this one. This is a painter. He was a prominent figure in the Venetian school of the Renaissance. His use of color influenced later generations of artists. He painted portraits of the powerful and wealthy, including Charles V. His works include Assumption of the Virgin and Venus of Urbino, which are both pretty famous artworks. He is known for his dynamic compositions and use of color. Bernini, good guess. Not Bernini, though. I think Bernini should have been in this list, though. I think you're right about that. It's a little more obscure, slightly more obscure. This is Titian. Titian's vivid use of color and innovative compositions had a lasting impact on art, and he is known as a pillar of the Renaissance. All right, you're going to know the next name, I think. So we'll go on to the next one. Another painter. We'll do another painter. This painter was a leading painter of the early Renaissance. He was early Renaissance. He worked under the patronage of the powerful Medici family, or Medici family. Medici family. His work is characterized by its linear grace and beauty. He painted the birth of Venus, as opposed to the Assumption of the Virgin, depicting the goddess emerging from the sea. I've seen that painting. Venus coming out of the sea, and then isn't there like a clamshell or something? He also created Primavera, a masterpiece of mythological painting. Maybe that's the one with the clamshell. Anybody know who this is? This is a known name as a pillar of the Renaissance. This is Botticelli. Botticelli's works are celebrated for their lyrical beauty and elegant form. Did I get that pronunciation right? Medici? Medici or Medici? Which one is it? We don't know. Okay, last one. Last one of the pillars of the Renaissance. You'll know this name. He was an Italian diplomat, a philosopher, and a writer. He is often called the father of modern political science. That should be a good clue. His most famous work is The Prince, written as a guide for rulers. His name became synonymous with political cunning and manipulation? Who knows? He also wrote discourses on Livy, analyzing the history of Rome. So he wrote a history of Rome book. Who is this? You should know. You guys should know this. This is Machiavelli. Machiavelli's writings remain a key reference in the study of political theory today. Machiavelli, the prince. There you go, Susan. You got it. Machiavelli. Okay, that ends that category. That was kind of hard still. I don't know. But you learn something every day on Quick History Live. All right, you know the next ones. You do know the next ones, and they're very important for us as American citizens to know the iconic figures of the American Revolution. 10 iconic figures of the American Revolution. So Google that. You're going to have your list. All you have to do is pick each one out, and you got it. This guy was a surveyor before becoming a military leader. He led the Continental Army to victory in the Revolutionary War. I think you should be able to get it from that. He presided over the Constitutional Convention in 1787. He was in charge of that. He was unanimously elected as the first president of the United States. Unanimously elected. How about that? He is often referred to as the father of his country. Who is it? There you go. Everybody knows. I think the robots are hitting on all cylinders tonight. They've got that one nailed. There you go. Hey, everybody's here tonight. Good to see you guys. Anyway, this is a little easier category, so we should be able to do well here. This indeed is George Washington. His leadership was pivotal. Pivotal? I never can say that right. Pivotal in founding the United States of America. That's right. And number 2 is equally easy. Yeah, robots did good with that. Number 2, he was the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. So who wrote the Declaration of Independence? He served as the governor of Virginia during the Revolutionary War. He ended up being the 3rd president of the United States. He was a key figure in the Louisiana Purchase. That was from the French, right? We buy that whole area from the French, I think. He founded the University of Virginia. There you go. You guys got it. And the robots are doing a stellar job with the painting as well. That's right. Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson's contributions to American independence and governance were immense. Thomas Jefferson. Number 2 in the list. Who's number 3? Can you guys just guess right now without seeing anything or no clues? Who's number 3? I want to guess. Try to guess. Who's number 3? He was a prolific inventor and scientist. Who's got it? Quick, yes. He helped draft the Declaration of Independence. He helped write that thing. He also served as the ambassador to France, securing crucial support during the Revolutionary War. Yeah, Dan's got it. Susan's got it. He is famous for his experiments with electricity. Kind of dumb going out in a thunderstorm with a kite. He was a founding father who signed both the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. And yeah, the robot's even got his little spectacles going there. That's correct. That's right, Benjamin Franklin. His diverse talents in diplomacy were crucial to the American cause. Ben Franklin. He's number 3 in the Founding Fathers, or iconic figures of the American Revolution. So who's number 4? You could probably guess already. This gentleman was a strong advocate for independence at the Continental Congress. He helped draft the Declaration of Independence. He served as the first vice president and then the second president of the United States. Who was second? And he was kind of different. Politically, he was a little different than some of the other guys. But that was good to have a balance. He was a key negotiator in the Treaty of Paris, which ended the Revolutionary War. He was known for his vigorous defense of British soldiers after the Boston Massacre. So he was a lawyer. There you go. Jan's got it. That's right. This is John Adams. John Adams, second president. His dedication and legal acumen were vital to the American Revolution and early republic. John Adams. I think he was always kind of a dissenting voice, which was cool. All right, number 5. This guy was a silversmith by trade, a little different. He took part in the Boston Tea Party. Throwing tea overboard. He was a member of the Sons of Liberty. Who's this? He created an iconic engraving of the Boston Massacre. Anybody know who this is? He is best known for his midnight ride to warn colonists of the approaching British forces. His midnight ride. That should give it away. Who is this? Who did the midnight ride? The British are coming. The British are coming. Paul Revere, of course. Paul Revere's midnight ride became a legendary symbol of American patriotism. Paul Revere. There he is. Him. Robots got it. Very good. You guys got it. All right. Think of some more founding fathers, pillars, iconic figures of the American Revolution. This guy was a fiery orator and a lawyer from Virginia. He famously declared, "Give me liberty or give me death." This is the guy. This is it. This is the guy. He opposed the Constitution, fearing it gave too much power to the federal government. I like that. He was the first governor of Virginia after independence. Who knows who this is? Fiery orator. Give me liberty or give me death. He played a key role in rallying support for the revolutionary cause with his speeches. Who is this? The give me liberty or give me death guy. This is Patrick Henry. Patrick Henry's passionate speeches helped ignite the American Revolution. Patrick Henry. It's him. A little too much blush, maybe. What do you think? Perhaps. Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give me death. Okay. This next guy is not actually known for his beer. He was second cousin to John Adams. Second cousin. He organized the committees of correspondence. And he was another one of these leaders in the Boston Tea Party. He was one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. And he's not known for his beer that much. Actually, he's best known for his beer. He was a driving force behind the push for American independence. Who is this? There you go, Susan caught on. That's right, this is Samuel Adams. Samuel Adams was a master of mobilizing public opinion for the revolutionary cause. All right, we have three more pillars. This gentleman was born in the Caribbean, or Caribbean if you prefer, and came to American colonies as a young man. He served as an aide to George Washington during the Revolutionary War. One of Washington's aides. He was a co-author of the Federalist Papers. And he was the first Secretary of the Treasury. There you go. No, that's incorrect. Close though. I always get Hancock and this guy confused. It's not Hancock. It's the other one. It's the one that they have a play about. He established the first national bank of the United States. Yes, this is Alexander Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton, whose financial acumen helped lay the foundation for the American economy. Okay, we have two more. Two more famous figures from the American Revolution. This gentleman was born in England and immigrated to America in 1774. He wrote something called Common Sense, a pamphlet advocating independence from Britain. It was a key part of rallying the public. He also wrote The American Crisis, boosting morale during the Revolutionary War. He was involved in the French Revolution as well. Oh, Rouser. Who knows who this is? He inspired the common people to support the fight for independence. I think his main thing is this pamphlet called Common Sense. Who wrote that? Who wrote Common Sense? Benedict Arnold is incorrect. This is Thomas Paine. Thomas Paine's writings were instrumental in galvanizing public support for the revolution. Thomas Paine. All right, last one, and you'll know this guy. And speaking of short, this guy was the shortest one. He was the primary author of the U.S. Constitution. He co-authored the Federalist Papers with Alexander Hamilton and John Jay. He was the fourth president of the United States. Number 4. Who knows? He played a key role in drafting the Bill of Rights. And he's also known as the father of the Constitution. Fourth president, father of the Constitution. Not Monroe, it's the other M, not Monroe. That's right. This is James Madison. James Madison, whose contributions to the Constitution and the Bill of Rights were foundational to the American governance. All right. Well, that's the conclusion to our 4 rounds. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do a bonus round. You guys don't have to stick around if you choose not to. It's fairly easy. It's the actors of the golden age of Hollywood. So anyway, I'm going to do that, and if anybody comes in, we'll do that for them. So this is the bonus round. Thank you guys for coming tonight. If you're leaving, if not, this is the 20 stars of Hollywood's golden age. So stick around for that if you like. And we even have different background music. Pick things up a bit. This actor was born in Ohio in 1901 and began his film career in silent films before transitioning to the talkies. He is known for his rugged charm. He often played roles where were tough yet tender. He starred alongside Vivian Leigh in one of the most famous films of all time. Yeah, Fitz got it. He was dubbed the King of Hollywood. He was a leading man in films like Gone with the Wind and It Happened One Night. There you go, Susan. You guys both got it. And the robots did pretty good with this one, don't you think? Pretty good likeness. Yeah. His most iconic role was Rhett Butler, where his line, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn," became legendary. Clark Gable. Very good. And you'll know the next one. I almost can't do a show without including this next Golden Age star. She was born as Norma Jean Mortensen in Los Angeles, California in 1926. Old lady. Known for her platinum blonde hair, she became a major sex symbol of the 1950s and 1960s. She starred in comedies like Gentlemen Prefer Blonde and How to Marry a Millionaire. There you go. These are starting off pretty easy, huh? You guys are doing good at these. Glad you stuck around for the bonus round. Her famous subway grate scene in The 7-Year Itch made her a cultural icon. Her performance of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend is iconic. That's right, Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe. Pretty good picture. That's number 2. Here's number 3. This gentleman was born in 1899. Wow. In New York City. He started his career on Broadway before moving to Hollywood. He often played tough, cynical characters in crime dramas and film noir. I can't pronounce that properly. Noir. His breakthrough role was the Maltese Falcon, which established him as a leading man. Who knows? I think the robots hit this one right on the button, didn't they? He famously portrayed Rick Blaine in a film set in Casablanca during World War II. He is known for the line, "Here's looking at you, kid." That's right. You guys got it. He starred in Casablanca. Humphrey Bogart. Good picture of him. Here you go. All right, next up. This lady was born in 1907 in Connecticut. She had a career spanning over 6 decades. She was known for her fiercely independent spirit and often played strong-willed characters. She won her first Academy Award for Morning Glory in 1933. Going back a bit. That's right. You've got it. She starred alongside Spencer Tracy in 9 films, forming a legendary on-screen partnership. She holds the record for most Best Actress Oscar wins with 4 wins. That's right. This is Katharine Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn. There she is. Not bad by the robots. That might not be their best, but they're not bad. Next up, born Archibald Leach in 1904 in England. He became one of Hollywood's leading men. He is known for his charming, debonair demeanor. He starred in both comedies and dramas. He worked frequently with director Alfred Hitchcock in films like Suspicion and North by Northwest. You guys know that classic scene where he's being chased by the crop dusting plane? He's like having to run through the cornfields, I think it is. And the crop dusting plane is almost going to get him, chop him up. Yeah, you got it. His suave character was immortalized in screwball comedy Bringing Up Baby. He is remembered for his line, "Judy, Judy, Judy," even though he never actually said that in the movie. Cary Grant is correct. All right, next up. She was born in 1908 in Massachusetts. She was known for her intense acting style. She was one of the first women to demand strong, complex roles in Hollywood. She won her first Academy Award for Dangerous in 1935. Yeah, you got it, Jen. She starred in All About Eve, where she delivered the famous line, "Fasten your seatbelts, it's gonna be a bumpy night." I have to learn how to say those. I'm gonna have to watch those movies and learn how to say those lines. Expressive eyes earned her the nickname First Lady of American Screen. It's not bad. It's not a bad depiction. I think the robots did pretty good on that. That's right. This is Betty Davis, spelled like Bet Davis, but Betty Davis. Always confusing. All right, next up. These are indeed the icons of the golden age of Hollywood. This gentleman was born in 1908 in Pennsylvania. He had a distinctive drawling voice, down-to-earth persona. He frequently collaborated with director Frank Capra on films like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. He served as a bomber pilot in World War II, reaching the rank of Brigadier General. Holy camole. Yeah, that's right. You guys got it. Brigadier General Jimmy. He starred in the holiday classic, It's a Wonderful Life. He is known for his role as George Bailey. He helped define the American everyman. America's everyman. Jimmy Stewart. There he is. All right, next up, you'll probably get it from the first clue. She was born in 1929 in Belgium. She became one of Hollywood's most iconic actresses. She was a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador later in life, advocating for children's rights. She was known for her grace and elegance. She starred in the movies Roman Holiday, earning her an Academy Award. I'm not sure the robots got this one perfect. I couldn't have got it from that picture, I don't think. Her role as Holly Golightly in Breakfast at Tiffany's is one of the most memorable. She popularized the little black dress and pearls look in that movie, Breakfast at Tiffany's. The little black dress and pearls look. You know. That's right. That's right. This is Audrey Hepburn. Not to be confused with Katharine Hepburn. This is Audrey Hepburn. Now, does anybody know where they weren't related at all, were they? No relation at all? I don't think so. Audrey Hepburn. All right, next up. This guy was born with the name Marion Morrison. Marion Morrison. How about that? In 1907. Born in Ireland. He became an iconic figure in Western films. He often played the role of the all-American cowboy or soldier. His breakthrough role was in Stagecoach, directed by John Ford. There you go. Now, is Orange County Airport still called John Wayne Airport, or did they take that away from him? Did the woke folks take that away, or is it still called John Wayne? Did they pull down the statue like Saddam Hussein? He is known as the Duke. He is synonymous with rugged American masculinity. John Wayne. That's right. Next up, she was born in 1932 in London, and she became a child star in the early 1940s. She was known for her striking violet eyes and glamorous lifestyle. She won her first Academy Award for Butterfield 8 in 1960. Yep, you got it. She played Cleopatra in the lavish 1963 epic film, making her the highest paid actress at that time. Her tumultuous love life and marriages were as famous as her acting career. There you go. She was kind of the model for that, for all the future actresses to become more famous because of their many husbands. Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor is correct. And in the same era, born as Frances Ethel Gum in 1922 in Minnesota, she began her career as a child performer. She had a powerful and emotive singing voice that captivated audiences. Her breakthrough role was as Dorothy Gale in The Wizard of Oz. Surely you know this one. These are easier, aren't they? Yes, they are. They're quite a bit easier than the pillars of the Renaissance or the legendary jazz musicians. Those were hard. Her song Over the Rainbow became her signature song. She is remembered as one of the greatest entertainers of the 20th century. We are talking about Judy Garland. Judy Garland. And Judy is the mother of who? Who is Judy Garland's daughter? You guys know. Liza Minnelli, of course. Liza Minnelli. Okay, on to number 12. This guy was born with the name Frederick Austerlitz in 1899 in Nebraska. He was known for his incredible dance skills. He began his career in vaudeville before transitioning to Broadway and Hollywood. He partnered with Ginger Rogers in a series of successful musicals. He starred in a movie called Top Hat and Swing Time, showcasing his impeccable dance routines. You ever watch any of those movies these days? I occasionally will catch one on like Turner Classic or whatever, where they've got those lavish dance numbers, right? The whole movie is about these lavish dance numbers. He is often regarded as the greatest dancer in film history. Yes, this is Fred Astaire. And related, she was born Virginia Catherine McMahon in 1911 in Missouri. She was a talented actress and singer and dancer. She began her career in vaudeville and Broadway before moving to Hollywood. She formed a legendary dance partnership with Fred Astaire. Who else? Who's this? She won an Academy Award for her dramatic role in Kitty Foyle. She's also known for her roles in musicals. She famously did everything Fred did, but she did it backwards and in high heels. Are you familiar with that story? That she was better than Fred Astaire because she had to dance backwards. Ginger Rogers. This is her. Fred Astaire's partner. All right, next up. Born Frank James Cooper in 1901 in Montana, he had a calm, understated acting style. He often portrayed quiet, heroic characters in westerns and dramas. He won his first Academy Award for Sergeant York in 1941. Jen's got it. He starred in classic western High Noon, earning another Oscar. He's known for his roles in films like Mr. Deeds Goes to Town and Pride of the Yankees. Yeah, Lou Gehrig, right? That's a classic. That would be worth watching again, that movie. Pretty sure like they portray Babe Ruth in that and stuff. I don't know. It isn't Babe Ruth that actually plays the part, is it? No, I don't think so. Anyway, interesting. Gary Cooper, in case we didn't know. Gary Cooper. All right, number 15. We've got, 5 of these. Born in 1915 in Sweden, she became one of Hollywood's most beloved actresses. Born in Sweden. She was known for her natural beauty and intense acting talent. She won her first Academy Award for Gaslight in 1944. She starred in Casablanca opposite Humphrey Bogart. There you go. You got it. Her performance as Ilsa Lund in Casablanca is one of the most iconic in film history. Most iconic in film history. How about that? That's right. This is Ingrid Bergman. I'm not sure the robots hit that one perfectly, but not a bad. Ingrid Bergman. All right, next up, number 16. Born Lucille Fay Lesueur. Lucille Fay Lesueur in 1904 in Texas. She had a career that spanned 5 decades. She began her career as a dancer before transitioning to acting in silent films. She won an Academy Award for her role in Mildred Pierce. Mildred Pierce. She starred in the thriller Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, alongside Bette Davis. Aren't they known for a famous feud? Isn't there like a feud story? She is known for her fierce screen presence and dramatic roles. She remains a Hollywood legend. Who knows? Who's this? I think the robots did okay with this. None of those. It's none of the ones I've seen so far. Nobody's got it yet that I can see. This is Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford. Whatever Happened to Baby Jane? That's right. All right. Just a few more. This gentleman was born in 1900 on the button, 1900, in Wisconsin. He was known for his naturalistic acting style. He frequently collaborated with director John Ford and with actress Katharine Hepburn. He won back-to-back Academy Awards for Captain's Courageous and Boys Town. Who knows who this is? I'm not sure this is the best rendition by the robots, though. Probably have to get it from the clues. He starred in classic films like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and Inherit the Wind. His on-screen chemistry with Katharine Hepburn made them one of Hollywood's most famous pairs. Yeah, Jan's got it. It looks like him. This indeed is Spencer Tracy. Back-to-back Academy Awards. Back-to-back. How about that? All right, just a few more, just 3 more. This lady was born Vivian Mary Hartley in 1913 in India. She became a British film and stage actress. She won 2 Academy Awards for Best Actress during her career. Her portrayal of Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind made her an international star. She played Blanche DuBois in A Streetcar Named Desire, earning her a 2nd Oscar. She is known for her beauty and talent, and she remains one of the most celebrated actresses of her time. Yeah, you guys got it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but she was also known to be a little cuckoo. Maybe I'm out of line. Off color. Vivian Lee is the correct answer. You guys got it. All right, 2 more. That's it. And we're done for the evening. Born Betty Joan Persky in 1924 in New York City, she started as a fashion model. She had a distinctive husky voice and a sultry look, making her an instant screen presence. She made her film debut To Have and Have Not. And that was opposite Humphrey Bogart. She and Bogart formed one of Hollywood's most famous couples, both on and off the screen. She was known for her roles in film noir classics like The Big Sleep and Key Largo. There's that film noir. Film noir. Yes, you've got it. That's right. This is Lauren Bacall. Lauren Bacall. She and Bogart formed one of Hollywood's most famous couples, both on and off the screen. Okay, last one. Born in 1924 in Nebraska, he revolutionized acting with his method approach. He starred in a streetcar named Desire, both on Broadway and in the film adaptation. He won his first Academy Award for a movie called On the Waterfront. I'm not sure this painting is quite as good. This is a young version, this actor. He portrayed Vito Corleone in The Godfather, earning him a second Oscar. He is known for his intense and powerful performances. He is considered one of the greatest actors in film history. There you go. Jan has it. All right. So you guys probably like that last category quite a bit more. You seem to get them all. That was a good one to end on, right? Am I right? Well, thank you very much for coming out this evening and watching my video. Hopefully you learned something on the earlier categories. All right, well, take it easy. Thanks again. Call it a night. Good night.